My name is Raja Jamalamadaka. I'm the country head and board director of Roche's Digital Center of Excellence India that has offices in Pune, Hyderabad and Chennai. This is actually a very great question. I'll go first into the past so that we have a path towards the future. GCC started off 15, 20 or even some of them even prior than that as nothing but outsourcing centers, just back office centers set up purely for cost. Do it in the lowest possible cost, hire the scrap talent in big numbers, get it done. The only discussions at that time that happened in they were not even called GCCs at that point, was cost, cost, cost and cost. Leadership as a concept didn't exist. You had some people leaders because the only job was to supervise and get the work done. A lot of organizations work not 1, 2, 3 shift because it's all about mass and get the work done, that's all. There was an evolution from here around about 10 years ago or a little before that one, where the thought was, hey, if these people are doing so much amount of work so well at this price point, what stops us from taking the game a little bit up to hardcore execution, not just cost, do this little work. How about if we give the entire value chain of execution? And this is where GCCs moved from cost one step higher to execution. Now, some of them became operational centers. Some moved even higher up the ladder in this phase to become engineering centers. In this phase of evolution, around about 10, 12 years ago, I saw this evolving. It was all about engineering. So you had this DevOps and DevSecOps and then rapidly completing the work, velocity with which work was done. From the waterfall came the agile. It was all about delivering very, very quickly, rapidly. Spiral model started taking root and all of those things. That changed post-COVID, and the thought was, look, there's cost benefit. We know that already it's proven, and then this delivery is fantastic. Entire engineering can be done. Why don't we take it one step further? Why don't you do end-to-end? Why can't we do end-to-end from India and potentially also innovation, not just routine work? Why can't we do innovation? So by doing it this way, can we do it a slightly different way? Incremental and adjacent innovation started taking shape, etc. And we are in this phase right now. So we had 3 phases. It started with cost, it moved into execution, engineering, delivery, and then it's gone to innovation. If this were to be scaled up in a very linear way, what would be expecting next? We would just be expecting additional innovation or potentially from incremental to adjacent innovation. But I don't believe that's what the next 5 years is about. Next 5 years where what was arithmetic or linear progression will now become geometric progression actually. And this geometric progression arises from the fact that a new animal has come in called GenAI. And this GenAI is not your routine innovation. It's once in a generation disruptive innovation which is completely going to change the game. So the presence of GenAI will ensure that innovation changes from incremental to disruptive. GenAI will ensure that what used to take 500 people to execute potentially might take a different number, probably a smaller number, and differently skilled people to execute because the routine will be taken up by GenAI. So global capability centers will still stay, but the routine capabilities will move to GenAI. So as I see the next 5 years, it's all about disruption, it's all about GenAI taking root, and it's all about scaling up drastically to become digital twins of the headquarters, not execution centers, digital twins actually. It's about mindset, ensuring that we have this mindset of innovation. We have a mindset of execution, mindset of innovation. That's about looking at future, preparing for what is not there because you don't know what's there when you're innovating, etc. You have some rough idea. So mindset of innovation is what I rate as the number one thing there. Yes, this is a long conversation. This is about stakeholder management. I think discussing with the government bodies on a periodic basis, explaining the facts of the matter to them, thereby ensuring there is, and also talking to the headquarters of the organizations to ensure that they get the other side. So it's about timely stakeholder management, getting everybody on the table and periodic conversations that ensure that regulatory things are taken care of. And of course, the internal setup needs to get regulatory ready, that they are cost centers and all that. With salaries changing, cost catching up rapidly to higher levels and all that, cost may be start, but that is not at all a sustaining point. It's innovation, it's mindset, and it's growth. That's what these are. These are not cost in any which way whatsoever. This is a wonderful event. I have attended the prior edition of ETGCC event. I'm attending the second one right now. The first one itself was big. This is a much bigger one in scale, much bigger one in scope, and much bigger one in value. The topics being picked up are extremely timely, thought through, and focused a lot on the future and all of those things. So the energy levels are very high. I see a lot of leaders from different cities, not just Pune, come in here. So keep up the good work. And I look forward to seeing ETGCC events evolve even more bigger and ones that add a lot of value to the ecosystem. So thank you for organizing these events.